Imagine living perfectly healthy, feeling fine, yet inside, a silent killer is already at work. No pain, no symptoms, no warning. Brain, these 7 deadly diseases strike without a single clue until it's too late. But here's the truth. Knowledge is your best defense. Flexed biceps in this powerful video. I'll reveal how to detect the undetectable and protect your life before it slips away. 3 o'clock, don't wait. Symptoms, act now. Transform your awareness, fortify your body, and take charge of your health today. Let's decode the danger before it claims another life. Warning: the silent killers explained. Right arrow, what asymptomatic diseases really are and why they're so dangerous. Right arrow, how your body hides early signs and what subtle clues to watch for. When we talk about deadly diseases, most people think of the ones that cause pain, fatigue, or obvious symptoms. But the truth is, the most dangerous ones often don't make a sound. You could feel perfectly fine working hard, eating well, staying active, and still have something serious developing quietly inside your body. That's what makes silent diseases so deceptive. They don't scream for attention. They whisper so faintly you don't even know they're there. Your body is an incredibly intelligent system. It's designed to adapt and protect you, even when something's going wrong. But sometimes that adaptability hides the early warning signs. For example, your blood vessels can handle rising pressure for years without you feeling a single thing. Your liver can process toxins and store fat silently until it reaches a breaking point, and your pancreas can struggle with insulin long before your blood sugar shows any red flags. By the time you feel something, damage has often been quietly building for years. Now, that might sound alarming, and it should, but it's not about fear, it's about awareness. Because when you understand how the body hides disease, you can start reading the signals it does give, the small clues like changes in sleep, subtle fatigue, shifts in appetite, or skin tone. These are the whispers that tell you it's time to listen closer. So while silent diseases may not shout, your body always speaks. The key is learning how to hear it before the silence becomes danger. Don't wait for symptoms. Pay attention before it's too late. Prevention doesn't start in a hospital. It starts with awareness, and that awareness begins with you. High blood pressure, the invisible strain. Right arrow, how it damages arteries, heart, and brain silently. Right arrow, early lifestyle patterns that reveal hidden pressure problems. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. You can have dangerously high pressure running through your arteries right now and still feel completely normal. No pain, no dizziness, nothing at all. And that's the tricky part, you don't feel it, but it's quietly wearing down your body from the inside. Every heartbeat pushes against your artery walls, and over time, that constant pressure weakens them. It's like leaving a garden hose on full blast all day. Eventually, something gives. What most people don't realize is that high blood pressure isn't just about stress or salt. It's deeply connected to your lifestyle, your diet, sleep, insulin levels, even the way you handle tension and emotional pressure. Processed foods, hidden sugars, lack of potassium, and too little magnesium can all push that pressure up. When your insulin is high, your arteries constrict and your kidneys retain more sodium. It's a chain reaction that builds slowly and quietly until one day it's too much for your system to handle. The good news, this is completely reversible with the right approach. When you start eating real, nutrient-dense foods, leafy greens, avocados, salmon, potassium-rich vegetables, your body begins to balance itself. Add regular movement, quality sleep, and stress control, and your arteries thank you by relaxing naturally. You don't need a lifetime of pills to manage something your body can fix with the right inputs. The message here is simple. Don't wait for symptoms. Just because you feel fine doesn't mean your arteries are fine. Start checking your blood pressure regularly, listen to your body's quiet signals, and take control early. Because waiting for a warning sign is not prevention, it's permission for damage to continue. Type 2 diabetes, the sugar trap, right arrow, why normal energy levels can still mask insulin resistance. Right arrow, early indicators in cravings, sleep, and weight. Type 2 diabetes is another silent destroyer that creeps in long before any test result says you have it. Most people think diabetes starts when blood sugar rises, but the truth is, it begins years earlier, when your body starts losing its sensitivity to insulin. You might feel perfectly fine, maybe even energetic, but underneath, your cells are struggling to respond to that constant flood of sugar and insulin. The pancreas keeps pumping harder, trying to compensate, until one day it just can't keep up. What's tricky is how subtle the early signs can be. You might notice that you're hungrier than usual, craving carbs or sweets more often. Maybe you need an afternoon nap to get through the day, or your waistline starts to grow even though your diet hasn't changed much. These aren't random, they're early signals that your metabolism is out of balance. The body's trying to tell you that insulin resistance is already building. The main drivers are hidden sugars, frequent snacking, and constant eating. Things most people think are normal habits. Every time you eat, especially carbs, your insulin spikes. Do that all day long, and your body never gets a break. Over time, those elevated insulin levels lead to fat storage, inflammation, and eventually high blood sugar. The powerful part is that this can be reversed. When you cut back on sugar, reduce meal frequency, and focus on healthy fats and real foods, your body starts healing. Intermittent fasting, nutrient-rich vegetables, and lowering stress can reset your insulin sensitivity faster than most people realize. The bottom line, if you wait for symptoms, it's already advanced. Start making changes now, because prevention doesn't happen in the doctor's office, it happens in your kitchen. Fatty liver disease, the hidden toxin storage, right arrow, why even slim people can have a toxic liver. Right arrow, nutritional red flags that most people ignore. Fatty liver disease is one of the most overlooked health problems in the world today, and it's silent, which makes it even more dangerous. You don't feel pain, you don't feel sick, you might even think you're in good shape, but the liver is quietly storing fat, losing its ability to detox, and struggling to do its job. What's shocking is that this isn't just a problem for people who drink alcohol or are overweight. Even thin people can have fatty liver, and it often goes completely unnoticed until the damage is already done. The liver is your body's chemical factory. It filters toxins, processes nutrients, and manages fat metabolism. But when insulin levels stay high for too long, the liver starts converting that excess sugar into fat. Over time, those fat droplets fill the liver cells, and it becomes sluggish. You might feel tired for no reason, have brain fog, or notice you're gaining weight more easily, but you won't necessarily connect it to your liver. The problem is, once the liver gets overloaded, every other system in your body begins to suffer. The good news is that the liver is incredibly resilient. It can regenerate and heal if you give it the right environment. Cutting back on sugar, refined carbs, and alcohol allows it to start clearing out that fat. Adding nutrient-dense foods like cruciferous vegetables, eggs, and healthy fats gives it what it needs to recover. Even intermittent fasting gives your liver time to reset and repair. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing less of what's harming your body. Because once you start supporting your liver, everything else begins to change. A healthy liver means a healthy body. Protect it before the silence turns into a symptom. The covert threats: cancer, kidney disease, aneurysm, osteoporosis, right arrow, how each grows quietly, and what small lifestyle choices trigger them. Right arrow: simple diagnostic and nutrition-based prevention strategies. Some of the deadliest conditions are the ones we rarely think about because they don't give us any warning signs. Diseases like cancer, kidney failure, aneurysms, and even osteoporosis. These are conditions that can progress silently for years, sometimes decades, before they reveal themselves. And when they finally do, it's often at a point where the damage is advanced and much harder to reverse. Take cancer, for example. It can start with one small, damaged cell that begins dividing uncontrollably. There's no pain, no fatigue, no visible change. By the time symptoms appear, millions of cells may already be involved. The same goes for kidney disease. Your kidneys can lose more than half their function without you ever noticing it. No pain, no swelling, just quiet decline until toxins start building up in your blood. Even an aneurysm, a small balloon-like bulge in a blood vessel, can grow slowly, silently, and unpredictably. One moment you feel fine and the next it becomes a medical emergency. And osteoporosis is no different. Your bones become weaker and thinner over time, but you don't feel it until one small fall leads to a fracture that changes your life forever. What ties all these diseases together is inflammation, poor nutrition, and lack of awareness. The body gives subtle clues long before things reach a crisis point: fatigue, poor recovery, changes in appetite, or loss of muscle tone. But we often ignore them because they seem minor. Awareness is your greatest weapon. If you support your body daily with nutrient-dense foods, regular movement, deep sleep, and stress control, you create the environment where disease cannot thrive. Don't wait for your body to break before you pay attention. Silence isn't safety, it's your cue to start listening now. Prevention power: detect, defend, dominate. Right arrow doctor, Berg's practical health blueprint, daily nutrition, testing, fasting, and lifestyle balance. Right arrow call to action: your body is speaking, it's time to listen before it's too late. The real power lies not in reacting to disease but in preventing it before it ever begins. Most people wait until something goes wrong before taking their health seriously, but by then, your body has already been trying to warn you for years. Prevention isn't about living in fear. It's about living with awareness. When you understand how your body truly works, you gain the ability to detect, defend, and dominate your own health long before problems appear. Start by paying attention to your daily choices. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every moment of stress, it all adds up. When you eat foods that stabilize insulin, rich in nutrients like magnesium, potassium, and healthy fats, you lower inflammation and strengthen your metabolism. When you fast occasionally, your body cleans out damaged cells and resets its systems. When you get deep, restorative sleep, your hormones balance and your immune system strengthens. These aren't complicated medical interventions. They're simple, powerful habits that help your body do what it's designed to do: heal and protect itself. Testing can also be part of prevention, but it's not the full story. A normal lab result doesn't always mean you're healthy. You have to look at trends, energy levels, digestion, mood, and mental clarity, because those reflect what's happening internally. Real health is a daily practice, not a yearly checkup. The truth is, the earlier you take control, the easier it is to stay healthy. Prevention is not about perfection. It's about awareness and consistency. When you feed your body right, move often, and manage your stress, you give yourself the best chance to thrive. Don't wait for disease to make you change. Start now, because the strongest medicine is the choice you make today. Your body is always talking, even when you can't hear it. The real danger isn't just the diseases that hide, it's ignoring the signs that something's off. The good news is, you have the power to act before it's too late. By understanding how these silent killers work, you can make choices that protect, heal, and strengthen your body every single day. Don't wait for symptoms to appear. That's when the damage is already done. Start now. Listen, learn, and take control of your health. Because prevention isn't luck, it's awareness turned into action.